All right, so we're going to finish up my pedal board here today. This is more or less a project for me. The pedal board was the $11 shoe rack that I got from Home Depot, and after I let it sit, after it was glued up, I come back with some Kilns primer here, and I attempt to paint this, which was stupid. I should have spray painted it. Painting it here took forever. Every little slat, every little nook and cranny needed to be painted, and I got about 3/4 of the way through it, and then I remembered I had the same paint and spray upstairs, and even as I was painting, it wasn't giving me an even coat. And I'm going to go ahead and swirl this, and this is not ideal to swirl by any means. It's got lots of slats. It doesn't have one smooth surface. I've got some old Humbrol paints, and I've been playing around with swirling again, and I'm going to drop in red, black, and white and see what happens here. And I dipped a couple of times a test piece, and it turned out okay. And immediately as I'm sort of dropping this paint in, for some reason, the first time I did it, it did fine on a test board, which you see above there, and the second time it just didn't take. So this is not ideal. I've got way too much surface area I need to cover, but I just want to play around and see what this does. So we'll take the board. I've got a glove on. I'm going to dip it in here. We're going to move it back and forth and see how this turns out. And the black was a little bit too thin. I thinned it out slightly with some paint thinner, and it thinned it out so the white turns to gray, not a black. And it just doesn't look all that good. Was kind of unhappy here. It's runny. It's old paint, so it doesn't flow as well. You do not want to use old paint. You want fresh tins. And so the paint that I had was this Humbrol paint, and it went back from Nashville with me. So I moved it down to Nashville, and then I moved it back up here to Naperville, and obviously that was terrible. And at this point, I'm looking at it, figuring out what should I do, and my bright idea was to dip it again, which that wasn't really a bright idea. So it looks cool in the bucket, and I'm like, oh, let's go and try it. And you can see it doesn't look all that good here. And when I dip it again, we'll fast forward this, it looks significantly worse. So what I thought was bad turned horrible. And you can see it here when I plop it back down. I don't like that look at all. So we sanded off just the top slats, came back with some one-shot paint. And the one-shot paint, I moved to Nashville and back up here as well. But when I tested it on that board, it came out really good. So I've got a whole bunch of different colors. And let's go ahead and try this again with just a bunch of random colors. So we're going to do some red, some orange, some pink, some black, some white, and see what this turns out like. The white was a little bit clumpy. The orange sort of flowed the best. Probably could have just stuck with the black orange. That would have looked pretty cool with the resprayed pedal board. But all these different colors kind of turn out interesting. So I put those paints in the water probably over about 7-8 minutes. I sped this up because you guys literally don't need to see paint dry. But after I resprayed the front, I didn't clean up the back. I didn't have to do that. Obviously, no one's going to look at the back. But we'll just go back and forth slowly. And like I said previously, this has a ton of surface area, and this is definitely not ideal. All the slats, all the crevices are going to soak up a lot of paint really quickly. So I put more paint in here than I normally would for a guitar body. And we're going slow. This is normal speed for this dip. We'll take it all the way down. I don't have enough water in the bucket, so pull it out. Actually, it's pretty cool. It's unique. We'll find a spot to dip the white side here as the paint comes back. And we'll just dip it in on this side. Shake off some of that water. Looks pretty cool. It's different, it's unique. Like I said, swirling for me is one of the things I want to figure out. I have not gotten it perfected. So we'll continue to test, and I'll show you guys my tests here. So next we're going to put some feet on the bottom here. I've got 4 slats, and each slat's going to get a rubber foot on the top and the bottom. So we're just going to scrape off the paint, chisel off the paint here slightly, drop those in, and from there we're going to start wiring up the board. And I thought I was going to use the Velcro before, and then I was playing around with it, and I was like, nah, let's just zip tie this down. I'm not going to be moving my pedals around a lot. That's not something I do. This is just going to be sitting in front of my amps in my office, just a way for me to play. So I've got a bucket of zip ties, and we'll just zip tie this sucker down. And I had to go to my old video and reference how I laid this out originally. So it was pretty funny. We'll get a bunch of zip ties. You can see how I've got those 3 slats laid out. So it's perfect for each pedal. And I've still got some expansion slots as well. So we'll get it all wired up, hooked up. I'm going to cut to me setting it up and tuning it up. Let you guys watch my bad playing here. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.